everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Blame It on the Stars, where we give you the inside look to what's going on in the universe so you can blame your problems on the stars. It is Jade here.
And it's Kara.
And this week, we'll be talking all about Mars entering Virgo, Mercury entering Leo, and the North Node entering Aries. But in case you missed it, last week we talked all about Mercury in Cancer, which obviously happens before Mercury enters Leo, and the full moon in Capricorn. So if you want to know more about those things, then definitely listen to last week's episode before diving into this one.
And just to give you a heads up, next week we will tell you everything you need to know about the new moon in Cancer, how to set your intentions for the new moon, and also the transit that you all have been waiting for, Venus retrograde in Leo.
Yeah, and after a short ad break, we're going to get right into it. So Mars entering Virgo. This happens on July 10th at 7:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Per usual, the date and time are from the website astroseek.com. What you need to know. When Mars is in Virgo, it's a period of time where you are really prioritizing getting organized, making plans for yourself, and putting everything in your life in order.
How this affects you is you're very motivated and driven during this time. You might find that in your personal or even your professional life, you're looking to level up and strive to do things well and perform at your very best. Also, Virgo is very health conscious, so you might find that you're a little bit more focused on self-care, well-being, exercise, and just doing things to take care of yourself so that you feel good.
So why this matters? If Mars is all about taking action and Virgo is a very detail-oriented, practical sign, when you have Mars in Virgo, you're able to take really calculated risks and follow through on an action plan you set for yourself. So you're able to get things done and be able to measure the results of the actions that you're taking.
So how long does this last for? Mars will be in Virgo from July 10th until Mars enters the sign of Libra on August 27th at 9:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Now, there are some key dates you'll want to pay attention to while Mars is in Virgo. The first one being on July 20th, Mars will oppose Saturn. This is one of the more challenging aspects that Mars will make while it's in Virgo. What you can expect with this is there can be some delays or hesitation when it comes to taking action if you find that you are really motivated, but also at the same time a little worried about what would happen if you take action. Just know it's the opposition to Saturn and it will pass.
And then on August 1st, Mars will be trine Jupiter. Trines are positive aspects. On this day, there will be a lot of opportunities for growth and success as long as you are really leaning into that Virgo focused, strategic energy and approaching your goals and tasks from a more practical perspective.
And then on August 16th, Mars will trine Uranus. This is a really great day for inviting in positive changes in your life. If you find that there's something in your life that maybe needs a change for whatever reason, it's going to be best to do it around that time, August 16th.
And then on August 22nd, Mars will be opposite Neptune. Oppositions are more challenging aspects, and Neptune is a very confusing energy. So on this day, you might find that things are a little bit unclear, and also there might be some potential conflicts going on in your life. This could be a good day to take a step back just because things can be a little bit confusing or you might feel misunderstood.
And then lastly, on August 24th, Mars will trine Pluto. You might find that your motivation is really intense and that there's a lot of passion fueling your desire to take action. So something to be on the lookout for with Mars trine Pluto. But the next thing you'll want to know about in astrology is Mercury entering Leo the day after Mars enters Virgo. This will be July 11th at 12:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it could be the same day as Mars enters Virgo if you're on a different coast. But what you need to know, when Mercury enters Leo, it's a period of time where you find that you're able to speak up for yourself and also take the lead in certain conversations.
How this affects you is your communication during this time will be a lot more confident. You are going to be more willing to let yourself be heard and seen by others during this time.
So, why this matters, in addition to this confidence boost, you might find that there's some creative thinking going on. Leo energy is pretty creative in nature, so some new ideas might come to you during Mercury and Leo.
Something you might not know, and this is really important to know about this specific Mercury transit, there will be some difficult aspects. We will go into details about what they are in just a moment, but do know that the aspects to Mercury while it's in Leo will be a little bit more challenging, and it will definitely affect the way that we experience this Mercury and Leo energy.
And if you're wondering how long you'll have Mercury in Leo, Mercury enters Virgo on July 28th at 5:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you have between July 11th and July 28th to experience the Mercury and Leo energy. But as we mentioned, there are some key dates during that time you're definitely going to want to pay attention to. The first one being the same day that Mercury enters Leo, Mercury will square the North and South node. What you can expect with this is there might be some challenges in how you are communicating with other people. You might find that there's a lot of really important topics that you want to have very deep and meaningful conversations about, but might be struggling to find the words or find the confidence to speak up about these more intense topics. So that's just something to be mindful of on July 11th.
And then on July 23rd, Mercury will be square Uranus. On this day, you might find that you are having a lot of new ideas that are innovative and maybe unconventional, that kind of challenge different traditions or ways of doing things. Squares bring about tension, so that's why this is a little bit more challenging. You also might feel restless and be drawn to more engaging activities on this day.
And then lastly, on July 27th, Mercury will conjunct retrograde Venus. Now, what you can expect with this is that there could be some nostalgia and reflection on the relationships in your life, but more specifically, how you communicate with those people and if there is open and honest communication with all of the people in your life. So just something to consider on July 27th if you notice there's a lot of reflective energy in the air. Now, I know you didn't ask me for advice, but if I have to give some advice on July 27th, it might not be best to have those conversations and just let it be a more internal process. Now, the day after Mercury enters Leo, on July 12th, the North Node will enter Aries. This happens at 12:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what you need to know, the North Node entering Aries marks a 1.5 year long period of time where you are going to start focusing more on yourself and what you want in your life.
How this affects you is during this time, you're going to be embracing your own independence and focusing on self-discovery. This transit is going to encourage us to step outside of our comfort zones and to pursue things that you are passionate about. You also might be developing more leadership qualities as you are putting yourself out there and doing the things that you enjoy.
So why this matters, I believe Kara mentioned this in the Cancer season episode of the podcast, but this will probably feel like a big jolt of energy compared to when we had the North Node in Taurus. While the North Node was in Taurus, it was encouraging us to really build a solid foundation and to get grounded. And now that we're entering this Aries motivated energy, you'll start to notice that you're going to want to start new projects in your life, take action, take more risks, and take a more just active approach to your life and the things that you want to accomplish. So if you notice that in your life and in other people's lives, there's this sudden jolt of energy coming and this desire to take action and to start new projects, it is fully because the North Node is entering Aries.
Something you might not know is that the last time the North Node was in Aries was between December 27th, 2004 and June 22nd, 2006.
And if you're wondering how long the North Node will be in Aries, as I did mention, this is a 1.5 year long transit, but the North Node will enter Pisces on January 29th. 2025 at 1:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll have the North Node in Aries for all of 2024, and then that first month of 2025, you can experience the North Node in Aries. But if you're curious as to what you can expect in your life when the North Node enters Aries, or, during any of these other transits that are coming up, then this is your reminder. We do offer readings. Readings are hosted on an app called Intro, which allows for FaceTime style calls. We do readings for as short as 15 minutes to as long as 1 hour. You decide what you want to talk about. When you go to book the reading, there's a slot where you can type in any of your astrology questions, and we'll be able to pull up your chart, answer those really personalized astrological questions for you on the call face to face.
And if you've never booked a reading with us before, then you can use the code STARS, all caps, STARS, for $20 off your first reading.
And just a reminder, next week we'll be talking all about the new moon in Cancer, and I'm sure you're probably wondering all about the Venus retrograde in Leo. We'll be talking all about that next week. So definitely stick around for next week's episode to know more about that. But if you want to stay in the loop with us and what's to come, then make sure you're following us on social media. We are on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at BLME The Stars. That is all for now, and we'll see you all next Monday. Bye.